Begin transmission. Subject victory, where the plot contains more kidnappings, awkward school days, and questionable parenting than an Earth soap opera. Star Sabers doing PR tours to prove he's a good leader. Thesaurus tries to bribe children into joining Team Evil. And Leosac forgets his, let's say, chest at home. Truly a tactical genius. Oh, and fair warning, Clickbait got kicked by a turbo horse and now sounds like one. Finally, listeners, let's change that dial and tune into the show.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today we are diving into the Transformers The Manga. I'm Onyx Prime with my fabulous, wonderful co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Killobyte.
And I'm Clickbait.
Clickbait, how you feeling?
I'm doing great.
The
What are you
recent
talking about?
tragic events and running with a turbo horse, was it?
I mean, that's the story going around. Really, people just don't
Moving
want to
on
admit.
with our comic discussion for today's episode takes us to Volume 3, Part 1 of The Transformers The Manga, Victory. And as always, spoiler warning, so if you haven't read it already, we highly recommend you go and read it, then come back and listen to the podcast. With that, Clickbait, do you mind giving us the facts? And Kilbyte, can you give us the trivia and summary?
Absolutely.
And do.
For our fast facts today, the number of comics we'll be reviewing is 10. Issue 1 was released in April of 1989, with the final issue being released January of 1990. Our writer for the series is Masumi Kaneda, and our artist is Ban Makami.
Now for some trivia. In issue 4, we see Kakuryu performing the earthly tradition of push-ups to gain muscle. However, we would like to inform the audience that Kakuryu is a robot. Show off, maybe? Who knows?
Maybe
Issue
he just
6.
wants to show he can just keep going.
But he doesn't get tired. So how does that work?
Yeah, it didn't make sense either when I thought of it.
In issue 6, it is stated Starsaber and Thesaurus were children at one point and grew up 500,000 years ago. While absurd, we can't ignore some of the lyrics of the cartoon counterpart of this series called Cybertron Banzai, which mentions Starsaber never stole snacks nor wet the bed. That's funny.
That's an interesting thing to say. Okay.
He's so heroic. He's never left oil in his bed. Interesting.
Interesting,
He's so heroic, except for when the other two humans show up.
He was all grown up already. He was.
Yeah, right? Oh my goodness.
And finally, in issue 10, this is the first ever appearance of Decepticon civilians, which seems to go against many established lore of the Decepticons. Bots who do not wish to fight. These include female bots and children bots. This is also the first appearance of female Decepticons in any media, excluding Nightbird, who was created by humans in the cartoon of 1985.
Which I believe the cartoon was also created by humans.
Humans have some weird things to say.
I like how it's like this is the first time, but there's also this appearance. I'm like, I guess.
I know.
I think they meant like because Nightbird was created by humans in the cartoon, while these the female bots in this were like not created by humans, like they were artificially made. I think that's what they was trying to say.
These ones, I thought they were part of Cybertron, but I don't know.
Yeah, the ones in these comics.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. Well, now time for some summaries. The Victory War begins! Starsaber and the Multiforce face off against Thesaurus and the Dino Force, which sounds pretty cool. Against the Multiforce? I don't know about that one. Thesaurus and his Dino Force are set on stealing the Earth's energy, but for what? Meanwhile, Team Victory protects the Earth while learning important lessons along the way. And as always, this information has been taken from the wiki. And a special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You're all amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Patreons. Thank you.
You get a Rod Star. You get a Rod Star. How many times can we make this joke? Are you two ready to dive into these comics?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
All right, starting off, Chapter 1 and 2, we are introduced to Starsaber, the Decepticon Dino Force Combiner, Dino King, Autobot Combiner, Lander, and I think it's supposed to be Deathosaurus, because they spell it a couple different ways throughout these comics. The current leader of the Decepticons, and a human boy named, is it Juan?
I think it's
Or
Jan.
Jan?
It's
Jan?
Jan.
All right, a human boy named Jan. And they battle out a few times. The last one is a little confusing how it concluded. What do you two think? Particularly when the Decepticons had Jan as a hostage and then it was very confusing what happened there.
Yeah. First of all, yay Desaurus. Desaurus? I don't know.
Thesauri.
Like you said, they say it like 6 different ways in the manga. And I put in my notes 1 chapter in, and they're already trying to abduct Jan. But then the small mecha Decepticon, you think they're mecha Decepticon anyways, abducts him, and Desaurus gets super duper mad about it and like swats him in the face and knocking their helmet off and revealing, dun dun dun, a human, or as we come to find out, a cyborg. So that was really interesting that he was so upset about something that literally would have been able to control Starsaber. And he was like, how dare you? Wha! You know.
He wanted all the glory. What can I say? It's
Clearly,
typical
geez.
Decepticon leader mentality. I don't know what to say.
It's all about me and my needs.
I like the Dino Force. It reminds me of another show, I think from the 80s as well, called Dino Riders.
Yes.
They're like organic dinosaurs, but they have metal
Dinosaur.
weaponry attached to them. So I
Oh my
thought they
god,
looked
I know what
cool.
you're talking about. That's awesome.
Yes. And then, but I do like how I feel like some of the names just kind of got a little lazy. We got Braver, Raster, Blacker, Wing Waver, Dash Tacker, and Mac Tackle. And I'm like, I guess,
yeah, it was
combined
just
into Lander.
Road Land, yeah, and then there's Road Caesar and
Well, Road Teaser sounds cool.
It does.
It's a bunch of land-based vehicles that go on the road.
Yeah, land.
I feel like it wasn't a stretch. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I feel like it wasn't much of a stretch, you know? Like none of them are overly,
we're not
like
done
Desaurus
introducing
is cool.
characters.
Yeah,
because in chapter 3 we introduce Leozak and sends their kid Decepticon Zolon human to school with Jan. But hold on to your breast, as Leozak is thwarted by Starsaber because he left his breast force at home.
How can he be a breast?
It's always awkward.
With no breast?
It's always awkward.
I don't know. You should always check every pocket. Make sure you have your keys.
They go
phone
phone, keys, wallet, breast.
Yeah. Yes, 100%.
Don't forget that last one's very important. Don't want to go off without
important.
that.
Step a lot of bots forget.
Yeah, that is true.
Honestly, the joke was even funnier because a couple issues later, and they're all wearing like armor from another one of the bots, and so they all also have their like breast armor, and so it's even funnier because he forgot his and they've got theirs. It's just really funny. I felt like it was a callback to the joke unintentionally, and I thought it was really funny. I was quite amused.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
We get Solomon, I think was their name, going to school with John, or Solom, something like that.
Because there's an N at the end, I think. Yeah,
Solon.
I thought it was funny that
Solo
they
N.
appeared in school.
Solo N.
Their name. It was cool to see them in the school. Not necessarily because it was an interesting dynamic between the two characters, but it was, Desaurus just sent me to school because he thought it was important for me to learn Earth culture. And I'm like, I guess. I thought it would be more interesting to maybe mess with Jan and the Autobots instead of actually learning.
I mean, I feel like that's definitely why.
I was here for it. I was like, I hope we get more of this. We don't, but I hope we get more.
More learning or more?
That dynamic there was interesting because, like, they're in a school. What are you going to do? Cause a fight? Well,
Yeah.
what's that gonna do? And they do. Anyway.
Yeah. I thought the reveal was funny, where it's like, oh,
Mhm.
we have a new transfer student. Next panel, they turn around. Oh my God, it's you! What are you doing here? I thought there was, and then someone was like, I'll best you in sports and smarts. And I was like, oh my God, that's hysterical.
Good stuff.
Oh, boys
Chapter
and their
4.
was funny.
simple minds.
Yes.
Mhm.
Chapter 4, a couple of kids visit the Autobots to judge their new Autobot leader, Starsaber, and compare him to God Jinrai. The guy who was in charge in the previous volume. Anyway,
I
which
didn't know these were
teaches him to
connected.
save a Decepticon about to fall to their death. Because compassion? Because in the last couple issues, he was kind of brutal, but he never killed anyone. I don't know what the difference was.
Also,
I don't
aren't these kids
know.
supposed to be older? Like, how are these just happening like in year time frames? 'Cause
Yeah, I
these are
don't
the
know.
same kids we saw
Not
earlier.
really
So, like,
sure.
how
Yeah,
are they
these are
still the same
they're
age?
They don't
they're
look
the
older.
two from the last series, and they don't look older, but like God Jinrai is not the leader anymore, and so I'm so confused about the timeline of this because I thought they were totally separate. No,
I
wait,
know.
he
They
can't
Okay,
be.
maybe
retire
they
after a
left to
year.
space.
The leaders
Yeah.
retire.
New
Dude,
choice.
they got
Also,
better.
where's Genji at this point?
The
Like,
Autobot leaders have better retirement than the humans do, man.
Or the
yeah,
Decepticons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
apparently. I don't
they're
even
like
get-
Optimus died, so we at least every year or so you don't die, we got to replace you.
I feel like it'd be one of those moments, like if the Decepticons ever found out that the other Autobot leaders just get to like retire, it'd be like, wait, you guys are getting paid?
And we have dental.
The Decepticon
I know,
ones
right?
die, and then the
Vision
Autobots
and
retire.
They have health insurance.
Yeah.
Chapter 5 is crazy. Desaro tries to convince Jan to live with him because he wants to create a human boy team. Weird, just phrase it like that. Mentions Starsaber is cheap, then proceeds to shower Jan with presents and money. Thoughts and favorite scene?
Dollar bill, yo.
Yeah. Because my favorite scene was the chibi version of Starsaber saying, I'm what, cheap?
I know.
And his eyes are like popping out of his head.
That
It was
pretty
definitely a really funny couple of panels, and he was like, yeah, you're right, Starsaber is cheap.
good.
And Starsaber's like, what? But it was funny. I liked it. I liked that there was... It felt weird, though, because they'd, like, established Deathsaurus as being obviously rude and, like, kind of mean because, he swatted the person that he calls his son multiple times throughout the manga. And
Yeah,
now he's like,
abused to
oh,
death.
yes,
You
no,
can say
let me give you all this extra money because I want my kid to have a friend. It was just so strange of an approach to take.
It's kind of weird though, because he's
Yeah.
so
It's very
mean
weird.
in other panels, and then he was like, "I love having children live here. Please join us." I'm like, "Wait, what is going on here?"
What
Pay
are
no
you
mind
leaving
to
out,
me
sir?
and my white van.
Yeah, can I read the fine print, please?
I got candy.
I like how Solon was like, "Yes, be my friend, Jan." And Jan's like, "We're already at school. What are you talking about?"
I
Like,
know.
you're already my friend.
That's
It's
funny.
cool.
Yeah, it's like we already got to pass our differences, so I don't know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah. I did think it was weird in the previous issue how the other two humans that showed up were like auditing Starsaber.
Yeah.
They were like judging him hardcore. I was like, excuse you.
They were
Excuse
like my team leader was better than your team leader. What are you doing?
I
Let's
know.
compare. I'll get my cards now and we can compare stats. Like
It was pretty
God,
funny.
January would have done this better.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Chapter 6 and 7 follow the themes of teamwork by first trying to overcome conflict and working together, or, reuniting with your long lost older sister that comes riding on Victory Leo to save the day. What are your thoughts on that?
That was-
we didn't
I did
even
not
know
see that
existed.
coming.
Like
Yeah.
We didn't know that there
Well,
was a long lost. It's just like, boom, here.
Even Jan was like, yeah, that's my sister. I'm like, excuse you. What do you mean? You didn't know about this either, sir. Okay? Like, don't
Been 7 issues.
pretend like you do.
I like how one of the multi-force bots, he was like, "Oh, you got armor just like us, representing each of us. So who
I
has
know.
mine?" And they're like, "Nobody." And he's like,
No
"No,
one."
why?"
I'm sad.
I felt so bad.
That was
They're
I
pretty
know.
funny.
That was where the kids also get armor, and they didn't forget
Mhm.
their armor at home. But
No.
Leo's back.
I remember phone, keys, wallet, breast force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't forget. That's if we learned anything today, it's phone, keys, wallet, breast force.
Chapter 8 shows the best dad side of Deathsaurus, giving his human son Solon a mech suit, but then quickly disowns them when they can't beat Starsaber and Victory Leo. So
This is what I'm
maybe not
talking
the
about.
best dad award then. And so in chapter 9, the Autobots get through to Solon and convince them to fight for Earth and help them defeat the Saurus and Leozak.
I think it was less of them getting through to Solon, because at first Solon was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And then Solon has a little bit of an identity crisis. And even though he's admitted to being
Who
a
am
cyborg in
I?
the past, he's like,
What am I?
I'm a human. Wait, that makes the Earth my home. Wait, I have to fight to protect it. I've been fighting to destroy it. And then the whole time, he's just like, what have I done? And so that was fun. But this is what I'm talking about. Deathsaurus is not a great dad. He just like goes back and forth.
Yeah, again, I don't know what's going on.
I don't
Why
either.
are we
It was-
representing him like this either? Like,
I was
But
so confused.
it was also interesting because Solon was a cyborg or an android or whatever we want to call it, and I thought with that Source giving them that armor, I thought they would just move the consciousness so that they would be bigger. But no, he just pilots it, and I'm like, I guess at this point, like it's an easy upgrade. You just move. He's already a robot. Just transfer the consciousness. Why are we having him pilot it?
Yeah.
Like,
I do have to say the fight scenes were hysterical because they felt like, I don't know if you've ever seen those movies where like Earth children fight and like the young ones, and they're like, I have this super mega blaster gun, and then the other one goes, well, I have a super
Yes.
super shield that is invincible to the super mega blaster gun.
Well,
No,
I have a sword
my
that can
super mega-
penetrate the shield.
Exactly. It just felt like this. Every fight scene just felt like this. They were
Mhm.
just going back and forth about who had the bigger, better gadget. And then the other one was like, well, I have the Galanium shield that combats your metal life blaster drainer, whatever. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's what it felt like.
I agree. I don't know what to say to that. I agree. It was
That's fair.
pretty funny.
In our final chapter, the Autobots must race to stop meteor bombs from landing on Earth and stop the Decepticons. However, it is Decepticons versus Decepticons, which ultimately becomes their downfall as Leozak attempts to kill Deathsaurus, which then doesn't quite work, and then Deathsaurus and Starsaber team up to defeat Leozak. It was convoluted, but who would have guessed that some of the Decepticons' Dino Force at the end, when they reunited with the other Cybertronians, which we learned are Decepticon civilians, had children. And then peace was brought to the Autobots and Decepticons at the end.
That was so random.
I was not expecting this. I was
I
like,
was
wait.
not expecting
Yeah.
it.
The Decepticons have been targeting the energy on Earth so that they could feed and power the station for all these civilians. I'm like, couldn't you just have, I don't know, talked with the Autobots and figure something else? Why are we fighting? Like, what is going on here?
I know, and I love that when that's brought up, Deathsaurus' wife is like, oh yeah, no, that's not cool. What were you doing? Let's just do this. And Deathsaurus is like, okay, cool, whatever. And I'm like, what have we been
We're all
fighting
friends
for?
now.
What happened here? It's very confusing.
That's the end of my notes. Anything you want to circle back to before we go to Clickbait's horse quick quotes?
You know what, Onyx?
Wow.
You're just jealous.
Wow.
You're just jealous because you didn't get to go to the same DJ event that I got to go to, okay? Because you couldn't get tickets to the
That's
Soundwave
what they
special,
call that
okay?
horse, huh?
Uh-huh, sure. He's just jealous, listeners. Don't worry about it. I had a blast at the Soundwave special performance, okay?
And I have a quick quote I want to say. No, it's not a quick quote.
Wow!
I did want to circle back. The kids, they all have armor. But apparently there's a prophecy or something that there needed to be 5 kids with armors to do a special combination thing, power up thing for Starsaber. And so when Solon switches, then they're like, oh, it's there. We have all 5. And then they do a special thing. I'm like, where was this mentioned? Like, where was this prophecy all this time? Like, I didn't even know it mattered. So
on the spot.
That was fun. That's it.
It's
That's
interesting.
my quick quote.
Nice. I'm proud of you,
Thanks,
Kilo.
Clickbait. Take it away.
Contributing to the length of my quick quotes. I'm so proud of you. Anyways, it's time for one of the best parts of the episode, Clickbait's quick quotes. Both of our quick quotes from today are coming from issue number 3, The first quick quote is by Leozak. I'm sure, listeners, that you can guess where this is going. We've only been talking about it all episode. Anyways, the first quick quote is from Leozak, and he says, I'll finish you with a breast attack. And then Star Saber says, looks like you're all talk. And then Leozak goes, oh no, I was in such a rush, I forgot it at home. And the Star Saber goes, how can you be a member of the Breast Force without your breast? And I can't even say it without laughing about it.
It's so
hysterical.
silly. All right,
It's so
Clickbait.
silly.
Can you
And-
hurry up and make the next quick quote brief?
Yes, Onyx, I can, but I think you should maybe focus on what we have coming up instead of what's already been said. Anyways, the next quick quote is from Stallone, and it's also about, he was like grading Leozak during this battle, and he's like, that's minus 95 points. I'm going to have to tell the Emperor about this. And it was hysterical. I loved it. And then an honorable mention, which I didn't put here, but it's very brief, was just that the Chapter 4 title was Star Saber Warrior of Love, and I just thought that was hysterical.
You didn't see him transform? He even had a heart scepter and everything.
I did not see that.
Wow. Just wow.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, not physically.
All right, let's
It's
go to Rod's
figurative.
rating before we get derailed even further. Killobyte, do you mind taking the helm?
Is it shaped like Optimus's helmet?
It
Oh my
could be.
god, Kilo.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the budget for that, but we can always close our optics and think it is.
I enjoyed these. They were fun. They seemed like it's an abridged version of what happens in Transformers Victory, especially since we got a start and an ending, unlike the previous volumes where it's like some of them were in between, but then we had to read a little bit more to finish the whole story.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the quippiness and the silly jokes and whatnot, so they were a good read. I would give them a 3.5.
Clickbait,
Yes, Onyx.
you want to go next?
Sure, of course. Why not? I would always love to. Anyways, I think this was definitely more entertaining than the last couple that we've read. The pace was a little bit faster. It was, like Kilo said, a lot quippier. There were some very funny jokes in it. And I am going to say this was a 3 out of 5. I thought it was okay. It was not horrible. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the quippiness and the silliness. So yeah, 3 out of 5 for me.
Nice. I'm going to go a different direction, unfortunately. These were funny. They didn't really have plot, which, is a theme with the series.
Are you still expecting plot?
I'm here for the plot. Not like other bots here. I'm here for the plot.
Sure.
I'm going to give it a 2.5. While entertaining and funny, it's not. I give it a 2.5. Yeah, I think so. Funny. There's some cool fight scenes. And that's it. That's all I think it offers, really.
Fair. I would agree with it.
But listeners, what did you think of these comics? How many raw stars would you give it? Let us know by leaving a comment below. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can send us an email at swerve.com. That's SWERVESBAR podcast@gmail.com.
Onyx, I think the processor might need a reboot.
No, it's just super fast. Here, it's swerve.com. That's, here, I'll slow it down for you. SWERVESBAR podcast@gmail.com.
You left out an E.
Wouldn't you like to know? Go find it. Kilby, you want to talk about a toy?
I would like to. I recently got the Studio Series Perceptor reissue that comes with the 2 mini cassettes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about Perceptor because I think I've already done it in the past. I'm here to focus on Ramhorn and Ratbat, which are great because I was missing them from my collection. They are your standard cassettes that would go into Blaster's chest or Soundwave chest, talking about, the Breast Force again. And they're pretty nice, pretty sweet. I think we haven't gotten a Ramhorn. I don't think we ever got one in Siege, so I'm happy to have him. And I might be missing one more from Blaster's team, and I have them all. So that's exciting. So pretty good.
Nice. I'll go next. I pre-ordered the second reissue, or I guess it's the first reissue, but it's the second run of Transformers Nova Prime. I was like, well, if they're coming out with the Prime, it would be interesting and cool to have all of the Primes, even though he's a false Prime, to have all the Primes in their glory, even fake glory, together so they can compare next to each other. And Nova Prime doesn't do too bad. His size and stature, I feel like, matches pretty well with the other ones. He's not quite as big as Megatronus, but he's up there. He's thick.
He's very
But
pretty.
he is
I have
bigger
him.
than Prima, which is nice. I really enjoy it. Heavily thinking of getting the DNA upgrade kit for him because it looks so pretty. It's just very spendy, and I don't know about it yet. Maybe if I win the
He's so pretty
lottery.
with
No
it.
one will know that I won the lottery, but there will be signs. Clickbait.
I have Vortex today, one of 5 of the Combaticons that will connect to form Bruticus. I'm so excited about him. I love all of my aerial bots. And he's so freaking cute. He just turns into this adorable, compact little helicopter. He's not the most colorful, but I like the way he just looks nice. He looks clean in his robot mode. He looks adorable in his helicopter mode. And I'm so excited to get the rest of the Combaticons and combine them to form Bruticus. Super psyched. I love him. He's adorable. I don't know, he's just so cute. He's a deluxe class, I believe, and he's just so stinking cute. I love him. Yeah, he's a deluxe class. He's just
Nice.
adorable. He's just a little guy.
Fantastic. Are you two ready for The Transformers The Manga Volume 3 Part 2 titled Zone?
Heck
Ready?
yeah.
I'm in the zone.
I'm always ready.
Let's get in the chalk zone. Kilbyte, do you mind taking us out?
Yes. If you've enjoyed this episode, consider sharing it with your friends and subscribing. If you want to help out the show even further, we have started a Patreon. All of our proceeds will go to supporting the show and keeping the lights on. Of course, we have some tiers that offer other forms of gratitude, such as 3 trials and an entry to our Discord channel. You'll even get early access to our comic review videos a week before they're publicly released, and our D&D videos, and many more. We've also started a Redbubble where we have all kinds of merch for sale, ranging from pillows, stickers, and shower curtains. You can get our logo, Seeker art, and many other fun designs, and all kinds of apparel. And as always, we hope you're all staying safe out there. Thank you so much for listening. To all are one.
All I
To all are
want.
one.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Swerve Bar Podcast. You can find more on our link tree below. If you're interested in more content, try checking out the spin-off D&D series, Transform and Roll Out, Season 4, titled Reforged, is now available. Let's tune into a preview now.
So he could buy us some time, but we can't fly the shuttle.
But
So it doesn't-
I can.
But you're not here!
I arrive from the ceiling great. Your savior is here.
Hear the thrusters fly by. Of course, it's underwater, so it sounds like.
Zoidberg? I put my hands up.
I look at you, I'm embarrassed. I am so embarrassed that you just did that right now.
Radar. We cannot win this.
And from your optics, you peer in and you see a purple bot in the center of this room pressing buttons on a terminal.
I would like to take a picture. Hey, it
Okay.
could be evidence.
Tune into their YouTube channel for bonus content, such as video games containing funny comments, convention videos, and trendy shorts. Again, their links will be provided below. And if you're so inclined, check out their Redbubble, where you can get pins, t-shirts, and more. Or subscribe to their Patreon to access their Discord and get early access to content before it's publicly released. Till all are one. End transmission.